Hello, everyone. My name is Frenetica, and today is Yoongi's birthday. I have only talked about Yoongi once in this channel, and it was because of that horrible incident that I do not want to talk about with a scooter. And it's been interesting that I haven't talked about him because he's my absolute bias. I love him so much. I love him too much to the point that I sometimes cannot talk about him because I get too excited, and sometimes I want to keep close to my heart the things that I love and don't share them to the world. But to celebrate his birthday, I have a goal of making a video for each member during the year to celebrate their birthday and to talk about things that inspire me. For Yoongi, I cannot even begin to understand how, like, where he inspired me the most. I think he has this false view, or like people had previously seen him as like hard face, hard hitting, um, non nonsense kind of guy because of some of his rap lyrics, right? But since I knew him, since I met BTS, I've always known him as this sweet guy who's very tender, who's very loving, who's very understanding, and very he likes to listen to other people. At the same time, while he was away in his military service, he helped open a place for neurodivergent children to have access to a therapy that is music based, that is like all encompassing. And that to me just shows the tender nature of his heart. I am neurodivergent, and as a woman that was only diagnosed late in life because of how much I've been struggling to assimilate to society. Like, societal life is really difficult for me. I don't understand many things. I cannot, like, it's difficult. It's very difficult for me to be a worker in a company. There are rules that I don't understand. There are certain communications that I might come across too brass. Adult life has been hard. But knowing that Yoongi, like in all of his tender and loving nature, is giving children in his own country the opportunity to develop in this society that doesn't view them as wrong people, but that encourages their strengths and abilities and hyperfixations and focusing on interacting and social interaction so that they don't get left behind. Like, sometimes I feel I have been left behind. It's truly amazing. I love Youngie so much. When he left us with a full body of work, three albums that are a trilogy. And the third album, look at him, look at this. um, the third album, D-Day, was monumental for me. I became ARMY only after. ¿Qué pasó? Only after the first two albums. So D-Day was the full experience for me. And it contained songs that were truly like I love how full of a human being he's able to be. At the same time, he has songs like D-Day where he is all boisterous and happy and like, yeah, I'm getting paid and I'm gonna spend it all and I'm gonna be out on the town and like have a good life. And then there's songs like um huh huh like huh, where he is very boisterous and says that to the haters, yeah, like, what's up, huh, what's up, like, come and get me, like, catch me outside, girl. But D-Day also has songs like Amygdala. That is, I was also a teenager who was, I had many attempts to difficulties. Like, yeah, I just have mental health issues during my teenage years. Oh, I guess he's just gonna be in front of you. And so Amygdala was very important for me. Somebody Does Love. I like that, like, see, like the full range of the spectrum that Yoongi has, from being boisterous, like, yeah, I'm getting all the money, I'm the king of the world, I have all the Rolexes, to huh, like, yeah, come get me, like, you hate me, come get me, to Amygdala that is so personal and hurtful. I just want to hug him and tell him everything is going to be all right. But at the same time, that song told me that everything was, in fact, going to be all right. Like, look at him. Um, Again, Somebody Does Love, like, this. Yeah, ¿qué pasó? Ya, yo también te quiero. ¿Me dejas grabar? ¿Me dejas grabar y ahorita continúo? Ahorita continúo, ahorita te hago caso. Okay, so Somebody Does Love, which talks about his like tender nature, the same as People Part 2, Polar Night. I love it. I missed Hegum, didn't I? I skipped Hegum. Hegum, girl. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to Parallel. I'm gonna go back to Parallel Night, but Hegum, I thought it was simply almost like divine intervention that he had put out that song before the incident with the Korean media, because there are so many restraints in the world. As I've mentioned in previous videos, I'm working on my thesis, and it is on philosophy of language, but I'm specializing it in Nietzsche, and I'm delving into how important anarchy of knowledge is. And I'm not meaning anarchy as in a political system, but anarchy of knowledge meaning do not get bogged down by a system that is so rigid that you cannot think outside of it. And Hegel is this anthem to break the rules, because sometimes those rules are stupid. I think I've mentioned during my video about the JK life on how fame is very constraining, and it robs many parts of like the human experience from people that are as famous as BTS is. And that those constraints make the artist suffer. And I thought that that was what JK was like was trying to convey, that he wants to tell us more things, and that he isn't telling them to us not because he wants to, like, how can I say this, like, he doesn't want to be um what's the word, como insincero and insincere. He doesn't really want to lie to us. It's just that because of his stature and nature, and fame and all of these constraints that he lives through, he just cannot say it. And that's so sad. So, so sad. But at the same time, we have anthems like this that I think can serve as a response to JK 2 or 3, is it 3 years later? Oh my gosh. Anyways, you sometimes don't need to adhere to those rules, and you can break them. If they're stupid, you can break them. Of course, within like an understanding. Polar Night, I thought it was so necessary. I have the reason I'm doing philosophy of language is because I want to prove that large language models do not do anything other than probabilistic mathematics. And when they generate text, the text that they're generating isn't knowledge, because we have made the mistake of thinking that in language we have knowledge, but I don't think that's true. But what we do have in large language models are a complex set of probabilistic operations, a logic that spits out certain things within certain parameters and architecture. And that is in many ways mirroring what the algorithms in the past 10 to 15 years have been, and how those algorithms have been specifically designed to create anger in us. There were several reports around 2014 that Facebook had realized, or had conducted a study. Their platform was creating or purposely enraging people, or putting people, like putting enraging content to other people, and at the same time they were like testing if they put content that made them happy, and then they found out that people were more engaged with their anger. And this was a whole issue. I remember, yeah, I think it was 2014. I'm gonna try to find the sources and link them below. They quickly like tried to quash that. They didn't. Like, we know right now the logic of X and Twitter, well, Twitter, YouTube, etc., are algorithms to make you engage and make you stay longer in their platforms, because that's how they make money, through advertisements. And it was proven that the way to do that isn't by presenting you things that make you happy, because if you were to be happy, you would go outside and literally touch grass. So now we have a world that is so polar, so divided, because they are purposely showing us things that makes us angry and divides us. This is a very important song for me right now, because, and I'm not gonna say the words exactly because I think that they're getting censored. But if you look at my last video, I talked about why I feel so much despair. I feel like Jean-Paul Sartre when he wrote La Nocie. I cannot understand the world right now. There were 165 girls in Iran who tragically lost their lives, and I feel so much anger and sad and despair. And Polar Night is a song that I'm going back to constantly to find, to understand that, the world is made that way, and I can understand it. And there are other people who understand it as well. And just feeling companionship in understanding and anger is important. That's why Hegam is also important right now for me, and amygdala is important for me. Then snooze, well, you have interlude and snooze. Snooze was so monumental for me. Again, during my 20s, so as I told you, I was a teenager who had a lot of mental health issues. Then during my 20s, I got sick. All of my 20s were about getting sick. I got Graves' disease, CUSI, which is like ulcerative colitis, and I had a very severe side effect of a medication that was meant to make me feel better, which caused a acute and close angle glaucoma that left me blind for about 2 months. So when I look back in my 20s, I felt a sense of failure. I couldn't finish my university like degree on time. I felt like I couldn't accommodate to corporate life well. I couldn't function well. Well, I was also diagnosed as neurodivergent, right? So snooze was this healing balm for me because I was able to look back at my 20s and say, okay, some you made mistakes. I did. I took the wrong decisions many times. I did. I was very boisterous. I was, and sometimes to my detriment. But I also had these other issues that were outside of my control and that really affected me. And Yoongi just like says it here. He says, if you're afraid, I'm reading Dulcet translations, and he says, if you're afraid of falling, I'll gladly catch you. So don't suffer like I. Ay, Spike, hijo, si te estoy haciendo caso, mi amor. So don't suffer like I did. You surviving on snoozes to get closer to your dream is okay to rest. Today, at least, don't even dream. When you silently show me a faint smile, only then I feel a little relieved. It could be a strenuous journey. The path I've walked may have looked like a flower path, but know that it was a thorny one with enemies surrounding on all sides. I hope you never forget those who throw flowers onto your path for you. When you're smiling, oh my gosh. When you're smiling, don't ever forget. Oh my gosh, está aquí, tranquilo, ya ahorita. Ay, gracias, mi amor. Gracias, gracias. Y yo también te quiero, yo también. When you're smiling, don't even forget about those who are crying, because it's your smile that helps them live through the day. When the repetitiveness schedule erases you, ah, it's okay to feel overwhelmed. It's okay to take a brief rest. Cry out loud when you become the hate of, when you become to hate the world. When the hands that used to greet you turn into fingers pointed at you, it's okay to let out a big sigh and yell out, this shit is fucked up. Because you two are just human like everyone else. I'm sorry. This is just very necessary today. Yo también. Gracias por preocuparte. Yo también te quiero. Ya estoy bien. No estoy sufriendo, te lo juro. Uh, because you two are just human like everyone else. What is that made you choose this painful and lonely path? Don't ever forget that reason. Even after time passes, wishing your dreams won't just say, oh my gosh. Wishing your dreams won't just stay as dreams. I will cheer for you whenever and whenever. Dream. When the flowers wither and fall, I will envelop those falling petals in my hands. Good night. When the fog clears and scatters, am I reading the same one? Yes. Away I will leave by blooming dream. Behind you a glooming a dream while catching me. I will always be standing, so don't worry too much. And so he repeats the oh my gosh. Am I reading the same? Yeah. Last year was also a very difficult year because my mom, and if you've been looking at my videos in the past, my mom got diagnosed with amyloidosis, which is a terrible disease. And she eventually died 2 months after being diagnosed from like system failures. And I felt so alone. And so having Yoongi and my favorite artist to listen to, I also listened to a lot of David Garma's photos, was a way of feeling a little less lonely. Um, And today, specifically today, I feel like the world is so fucked up. I cannot believe that we're back again. That there's like war and it's senseless and people aren't saying anything for the 75,000 Palestinian people who passed away. Anyways, wow, I didn't think I was gonna be crying. uh, yes, yes. Anyways, thank you, Yoongi, for being like so tender and loving and brave and strong, even when the whole world was like being so horrible to you that August, when you clearly didn't do anything as bad as they said. So I love you. Happy birthday. And I'm so excited. Even if I'm sad because of the state of the world, I am also excited about the comeback. And yeah, I'm just trying to live in this in between of feeling excited for that and feeling despair for the world. But I know with songs like Hegam and Polar Night and Snooze, I know that there's an artist out there that even if he doesn't know me and doesn't know my name or my specific circumstances, he cares for me and wishes the best. And I wish the best for him as well. So anyway, I'm sorry. um, Thank you for watching. My name was Frenetica. If you like the video, please like and subscribe so that it doesn't get lost in the void of the internet. And until next time, remember to be excellent to one another. Bye. Ok. Ya. A ver, saluda. Ya di hola. ¿Qué piensas?